The vaquita, the world's rarest marine mammal, found only in a small corner of the planet, a small porpoise with distinctive black markings. The vaquita faces a very real threat of extinction. Their numbers have dwindled drastically. The urgency to protect them is paramount. The vaquita, nicknamed the panda of the sea for its distinctive markings, is a shy and elusive creature. They are the smallest of all cetaceans, growing to just 5 feet in length. These gentle creatures prefer the shallow waters of the northern Gulf of California. Scientists rely on acoustic monitoring to track their movements and estimate their dwindling numbers. The vaquita's life cycle is slow and deliberate, with one calf every 2 years. This tiny porpoise is now locked in a desperate struggle for survival. The vaquita's home, the northern Gulf of California, is a place of extraordinary beauty and biodiversity. Nutrient-rich waters well up from the depths, creating a vibrant ecosystem teeming with life. It's a place where massive whales migrate, where playful sea lions frolic, and where the vaquita once thrived. But this delicate balance is under threat. Overfishing, pollution, and habitat degradation have taken a toll on the Gulf's delicate ecosystem. The vaquita, already struggling, faces a new and even more formidable foe: illegal fishing nets. Gill nets, designed to entrap fish by the gills, are a particular menace. These walls of death, often miles long, are indiscriminate in their catch. Vaquitas, unable to see the fine mesh in the murky water, become entangled and drown, unable to surface for air. The plight of the vaquita is a stark reminder that the health of one species is inextricably linked to the health of its environment. Protecting the vaquita means protecting the Gulf of California, a treasure trove of marine life that supports livelihoods and sustains ecosystems. The vaquita's decline is a tragic example of the unintended consequences of human actions. They are not hunted directly, but rather fall victim to a deadly bycatch, the accidental capture of non-target species in fishing gear. The culprit? A large, critically endangered fish called the totoaba. The totoaba's swim bladder, believed in some cultures to have medicinal properties, is highly prized on the black market, fetching exorbitant prices in some Asian countries. Illegal gill nets, set for totoaba, become death traps for vaquitas. The vaquita's plight highlights the devastating impact of illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing, a global problem that threatens marine ecosystems and undermines sustainable fisheries. It's a complex issue, driven by poverty, lack of enforcement, and insatiable demand. But the vaquita's story reminds us that the choices we make as consumers, as citizens, and as stewards of the planet have far-reaching consequences. Section 5. The Price of Totoaba. The totoaba, once abundant in the Gulf of California, is now itself endangered, a victim of its own value. The demand for its swim bladder, often trafficked through complex international networks, has fueled a lucrative black market trade. This illegal trade not only threatens the totoaba, but has pushed the vaquita to the brink of extinction. The vaquita, caught in the crossfire of this illicit activity, pays the ultimate price, its life, for a delicacy it doesn't even consume. The fight to save the vaquita is thus intertwined with the fight against illegal fishing and wildlife trafficking. It requires international cooperation, strengthened enforcement, and a shift in consumer demand. The vaquita's story underscores the need for sustainable fishing practices, those that protect marine ecosystems and ensure the long-term health of fish populations. It's a call for transparency and traceability in seafood supply chains so that consumers can make informed choices that support legal and sustainable fisheries. Section 6. A Symphony of Silence. The vaquita's voice, a series of clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls, is rarely heard in the vastness of the ocean. These acoustic signals, vital for navigation, communication, and foraging, are now fading into a symphony of silence. As their numbers dwindle, so too does their acoustic presence in the Gulf of California. The once vibrant chorus of clicks, a testament to their presence, is becoming increasingly faint, a haunting reminder of their perilous state. Scientists, using underwater microphones, are listening intently for these sounds, tracking the movements of the remaining individuals and mapping their critical habitat. Every click, every whistle is a precious piece of data, informing conservation efforts and offering a glimmer of hope. The silence, however, serves as a stark reminder of what's at stake. The loss of the vaquita would not only silence their unique voice, but would also represent a significant loss of biodiversity. with ripple effects throughout the Gulf of California's ecosystem. Section 7. Guardians of the Gulf. Despite the challenges, a dedicated group of individuals and organizations are working tirelessly to save the vaquita. Scientists, conservationists, fishermen, and government agencies have joined forces, united in their commitment to protect this critically endangered species. Their efforts focus on a multi-pronged approach, addressing both the immediate threat of illegal gillnets and the long-term health of the Gulf of California's ecosystem. This includes strengthening enforcement, developing alternative fishing gear, and promoting sustainable fishing practices. Community engagement is crucial. Local fishermen, once reliant on gillnets, are being trained to use alternative fishing gear that reduces bycatch. Educational programs are raising awareness about the vaquita's plight and the importance of its conservation. The fight to save the vaquita is a race against time, requiring innovation, collaboration, and unwavering dedication. It's a testament to the power of collective action and the belief that we can and must find a way to coexist with the natural world. Section 8. Operation Miracle, a Glimmer of Hope. In a bold and unprecedented effort to save the vaquita, a team of international scientists embarked on a daring mission, Operation Miracle. The goal to capture a small number of vaquitas and transfer them to a protected sanctuary, a haven where they could breathe safely away from the threat of gillnets. The challenges were immense, capturing these elusive creatures in the murky waters of the Gulf while minimizing stress required ingenuity, skill, and a touch of luck. The sanctuary, a carefully constructed sea pen, had to mimic their natural environment while providing protection from predators and gillnets. While Operation Miracle faced setbacks and ultimately did not achieve its goal of establishing a breeding population in captivity, it provided invaluable insights into vaquita behavior and highlighted the complexities of conservation breeding programs. Though bittersweet, the lessons learned from Operation Miracle continue to inform conservation efforts, reminding us that innovation and adaptation are crucial in the face of unprecedented challenges. Section 9. The future is now. The vaquita's fate hangs in the balance. With so few individuals remaining, every single one is critical to the survival of the species. The next few years will be crucial, determining whether this tiny porpoise can be pulled back from the brink of extinction. The challenges are significant, but so too is the opportunity. The vaquita's story has captured the attention of the world, galvanizing support for its conservation and highlighting the urgent need to protect our oceans. The Mexican government has implemented a permanent ban on gillnets in the vaquita's habitat, a critical step in reducing the immediate threat. International partnerships are strengthening enforcement efforts, cracking down on illegal fishing and wildlife trafficking. But more needs to be done. Continued investment in research, monitoring, and community engagement is essential. Supporting sustainable fishing practices and reducing consumer demand for endangered species are crucial pieces of the puzzle. Section 10. What you can do. The fight to save the vaquita is not just a task for scientists and conservationists. It's a shared responsibility that requires global action. Every individual can make a difference, no matter how small. Educate yourself about the vaquita's plight and spread the word. Share their story with friends, family, and on social media. Raise awareness about the importance of protecting our oceans and the creatures that call them home. Support organizations working to save the vaquita. Your donations can fund vital research, conservation efforts, and community outreach programs. Volunteer your time or skills to support their work. Be a responsible consumer. Choose sustainable seafood options and avoid products that contribute to illegal fishing and wildlife trafficking. Support businesses that prioritize ethical and sustainable practices. Section 11. A call to action. The vaquita story is a wake-up call, a reminder that our actions have consequences and that we are all interconnected. It's a call to action, a plea for us to be better stewards of our planet. We can choose to be the generation that let the vaquita slip away, another victim of human indifference. Or we can choose to be the generation that stood up, that fought back, and that ultimately saved this remarkable creature from extinction. The time for action is now. Let us rise to the challenge, embrace our responsibility, and work together to ensure that the vaquita's story has a happy ending. Let us be the voice for the voiceless, the hope for the hopeless, and the guardians of our blue planet. The Vaquita's survival is a test of our humanity, a measure of our compassion, and a reflection of our commitment to protecting the natural world for generations to come. Let us choose wisely, for the fate of the Vaquita, and indeed the fate of our oceans, hangs in the balance.